We've got a studio full of really smart kids. Nosy the know-it-all dog is around here somewhere. I'm Father Reed, and this is the Catholic TV Challenge. This round is monastery. That's correct. That's right.
Universe of truth. Catholic faith. Hope.
My name is Nosy.
Life eternal love.
All dog, and I. Welcome everyone to the game show where the kids are actually the teachers. So let's meet our first set of contestants. Mr. Nelson, could you introduce them to us, please?
Father Reed, we have a great group of contestants to start the show off with. Our first contestant for this round is Jacqueline Wu. Jacqueline loves art. It's her favorite subject in school. Whenever she has some spare time, she enjoys drawing, and her favorite movies are Matilda and Wreck-It Ralph. Our second contestant is Annie Rowland. Annie's favorite subject in school is math and sports. Her favorites are swimming and softball. On TV, she likes watching Gravity Falls and Adventure Time. And two of her favorite hobbies are piano and acting. And our third contestant is Devin O'Loughlin. Devin's favorite sports are swimming and baseball. In school, his favorite classes are art and health. On TV, he enjoys watching Animal Planet and the Cartoon Network. And Devin is known for his flexibility. And those are our three contestants for this round of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.
So you're very bendable, you're very pliable, you're very flexible?
Yes.
You kind of have to be that way, Devin, here on WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge. In fact, Annie, I think you have to be the same way. Jacqueline, you have to be the same way. You have to be flexible and see what happens. Jacqueline, how you been?
Good.
Great. It's great to see you here on WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge, and right in the center is Annie. Annie, can I just ask you a personal question? What school do you go to?
St. Columkill.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
Great school. Is St. Columkill a great school?
Yeah!
And this is a great little game show we have here called WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge, and these are the rules. You want to keep your hands by your side, and I get to ask the questions here. That's my job. That's what they give me to do, but your job is actually more important, far more important, because you get to answer the questions, or at least attempt to, preferably correctly, if you can. If you think you know the answer once I have finished the question, hit the red button in front of you. If you get it right, great. If you don't, we'll just move on. Easy enough?
Yeah.
Perfect. So those are the rules. And now we need a what about. That's the theme of the show. That's the thing that we're going to be talking about. And we turn to that know-it-all dog, Nosy, because he always seems to know what the what about is. Nosy, do you know?
Hello, Father Reed. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Nosy. I am the know-it-all dog, and I happen to know what today's what about is. Are you ready? Today's what about is St. Paul the Apostle. St. Paul the Apostle. Have fun and good luck.
Where do you think Nosy comes from? What is that accent that he has? Devin.
French.
He's little French. Anything else is mixed in there?
Italian.
Little Italian, maybe. Little Russian, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I do know what today's what about is, thanks to you, Nosy. St. Paul the Apostle is today's what about. I got the questions here. Studio audience, are you ready for all of this?
Yeah!
Well then, Jacqueline, Annie, Devin, let's set the WOW watch. And here comes the first question, hands by your side. Listen to the whole thing. What was St. Paul's original name? Devin?
Saul.
That's correct. He originally was called Saul, and then his name was changed. Now, speaking of St. Paul, where did he come from? Annie?
Tarsus.
Tarsus is right. Exactly. Paul came from Tarsus. Like I come from Boston, he came from Tarsus. Here's one for you. Why is St. Paul called an apostle, even if he wasn't one of the 12? Annie?
He was sent to preach the gospel.
That's right. And the word apostle means one who is sent. Apostolos, it's Greek. One who is sent, and he was sent, as you correctly said, Annie, to preach the gospel. Now, St. Paul wrote letters. How many? 7?
12.
He did write 12, but also 13, 14 too. It was 14 in all. Okay, no problem. No problem. We got plenty of questions. No problem. Here's one for the three of you. Jacqueline, Annie, Devin. In the Bible, what's another name often used for a letter? Devin.
Epistle.
Epistle is right. Paul wrote epistles. It's a special kind of letter. It's kind of stylized, formal, oftentimes dictated letter. Okay. Now, St. Paul experienced a conversion, and he was thrown from what? Devin?
Horse.
A horse is right. And then everything changed, and his life was converted. And he went a different course. He became a Christian. So, now, St. Paul, before all that, was a faithful follower of what religion? Devin?
Jewish.
He was Jewish, that's right. He was a very good Jew. And to whom did St. Paul write his letters? Annie?
Roman Empire?
No, I'm sorry. Actually, to the local churches. Yeah, to the Christian communities, okay? When you say local churches. No problem. Plenty of more questions. Here's one for the three of you. Devin, Annie, Jacqueline, before his conversion, how did St. Paul treat Christians? Annie?
Like, badly? Like...
We're going to take that. He persecuted them, yes. And that's about as bad as you can get. Okay, here's a question for the three of you. Listen very closely. Did St. Paul consider himself to be the greatest of the apostles? Jacqueline.
No.
The least is right. He considered himself to be the least, as you know. Okay, we are out of time. This has been just a crazy, exciting round, but I do have the official, and I do mean official, WOW t-shirt for the gentleman right over here. Devin, great job. True to form, you are a flexible man. And Annie and Jacqueline, it was great to have you on the show. You did a wonderful job, too. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a second set of contestants, so don't go away.
You have just seen our first group of contestants, and here's your first round winner. Coming up, our next three contestants will vie for the second spot in the final challenge when WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge, continues.
Welcome back to WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge. We, while you were away, brought up 3 new contestants. I am just excited to have you meet them. Mr. Nelson, who are they?
Another great group of contestants, Father Reed. Our first contestant for this round is Ella Conant. Ella loves sports. Her favorites include baseball, softball, soccer, and lacrosse. In school, her favorite classes are writing and health. She also enjoys dancing. On TV, she enjoys watching Saved by the Bell and Good Luck Charlie. And 2 of her favorite movies are Despicable Me and Wreck-It Ralph. Our second contestant, Lily Grant. Lily has a lot of favorite subjects in school, including math, religion, and social studies. Her favorite sports are basketball and baseball, and she also enjoys riding her bike. On TV, she's watching Gravity Falls and Good Luck Charlie, and her favorite movies, Jumanji and Monsters, Inc. And our third contestant, Patrick Minahan. Patrick loves playing sports, especially football. His favorite classes in school, math, science, music, and health. On TV, he loves watching Wipeout and Wheel of Fortune. His favorite movies, Jurassic Park and Hotel Transylvania. And when he has time, he likes to go fishing. And those are our 3 contestants for this round of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.
Wow, that's all I have to say. Wow, Patrick, Lily, Ella, great to have you up here as our next set of contestants. You're obviously athletes and students. You live very busy and active lives. But now your prime activity is going to be to see if you can ask some questions about our Wudabout today, which is St. Paul the Apostle. So, Patrick, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Lily, you set?
Yeah.
Ella?
Yep.
Yep. Just go over the rules. Keep your hands by your side, okay? I get to ask the questions. That's why I get the big bucks around here. But you get to answer them if you can. But don't worry about it if you can't. But if you happen to know the answer when I'm finished asking the question, hit the red button in front of you. Get it right, great. If you don't get it right, the world goes on. Human history will not end, okay? In other words, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Do those rules sound fair enough and square to you?
Yes.
Very good. Well, since the three of you are ready, studio audience, I presume you're ready? Yeah! Well then, let's set the Wow Watch. And I have the first question for you. Listen to the entire question. St. Paul was a member of which tribe? Lily?
The tribe of Benjamin.
That's correct! And I notice one of your favorite subjects is religion. So it's playing itself out here. Next question. Paul was a citizen of which empire? Lily?
The Roman Empire.
Exactly! You said that as if you were asking a question, but you were absolutely correct. The Roman Empire. Ella, Lily, Patrick. Here's the next question for the three of you. Listen closely. St. Paul witnessed and concurred with the death of which deacon? Pat.
St. Stephen.
That's correct. St. Stephen. He agreed with the whole thing, and he was stoned to death. St. Stephen the deacon. Okay. St. Paul, he converted on the way to what city? Patrick.
Damascus.
Damascus is right. So, when St. Paul experienced this great conversion, we talked about that earlier, he was thrown from his horse, and what happened when he was thrown? Pat.
He was blinded.
That's correct. He became blind. But then when he arrived in Damascus, what happened to him? Lily?
He got baptized.
He was baptized, that's right. Okay, Patrick, Lily, Ella. To whom did St. Paul... Let me rephrase that. When he wrote to the people of Philippi, what was that letter? Who are those people? The people of Philippi. Patrick?
Philippians.
The Philippians is right. Okay, so along those lines, what do we call the people who lived in Corinth? Lily?
Corinthians.
The Corinthians! It's like if you live in Brighton, you're a Brightonian, or something like that. All right, what about the people who lived in Ephesus? Patrick.
Ephesians.
The Ephesians is right. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. Now, one more of these. Who do we call the citizens of Colossus?
Colossians.
Colossians is right, Lily! They're all tongue twisters. The Colossians. So St. Paul wrote his letter to the Colossians. Okay. Do you know, this has been so exciting. I'm sweating. And we have a tie. Ella, we're just going to bring your light down just for a second. And I'm going to ask Nosy the Know-It-All Dog to present to Lily and Patrick what we call around here a super challenge. See if you can break the tie. So listen up, guys. Nosy, got a super challenge for my friends?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls. Here is a super challenge. To whom did St. Paul dictate his letters?
Lily?
To scribe.
That's correct, and you win! Hey, Lily. Great job. I just happen to have for you the official Wow t-shirt. May I give it to you? And I want you to know that Lily is congratulating Patrick and Ella right now because they all did such a great job. And you know what? You're doing a good job as a TV audience. And if you're really good, you'll come back right after this message. All right.
We have our second contestant for the final round, and we have 3 more contestants ready to play for the final spot in the final challenge. Stay with us as Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge continues in just a moment.
Welcome back to WOW. Glad you stayed with us because we have now our third set of contestants. I would love to have you meet them. So, Mr. Nelson, could you introduce them to us, please?
Another excellent group of contestants, Father Reed. Our first contestant for this round is Sabrina Lopez. Sabrina's favorite classes in school are social studies, health, and language arts. On TV, she likes watching Full House and Boy Meets World. Her favorite movies are Rise of the Guardians and The Lorax, and in her spare time, she enjoys reading, writing, and singing. And our second contestant is Nasia Montasol. Nasia loves math, reading, health, and art in school. Her favorite sports are soccer and track. On TV, she likes watching iCarly and Gravity Falls. Favorite movies, Major Pain and Hoodwinked 2. Two of her favorite things to do are dance and jump rope. And our third contestant is Lucas Gonzalez. Lucas loves sports, especially soccer, hockey, and baseball in school. His favorite subjects are math and science. On TV, he loves watching Wipeout. One of his talents is playing the clarinet. And those are our three contestants for this round of WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge.
So, Nasia, you like to dance? No kidding. Hey, welcome to WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge. Sabrina, great to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us and stepping up and having the courage, like Lucas here, closer to me. Thank you so much, Lucas. I'm glad to have you with us today. How's everything going? You feeling good about this?
Yeah.
Confident?
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you mind if I just go over the rules with the three of you? The rules are very simple. You just keep your hands by your side. Okay, let me ask the question, because if not, I start to cry if I don't get to ask the questions. No, seriously. But more importantly, you get to answer the questions, hopefully correctly. That's what we like. And so if you think you know the answer, once I have asked the entire question, hit the red button in front of you. If you get it right, great. If you don't get it right, no big deal. We'll just move on. The world will continue to exist. Hopefully, please God. Do those rules sit well with you?
Yeah.
Very good. I just want to remind everybody, including those of you in our TV audience, that today's Wudabout is St. Paul the Apostle. That's what we're going to be talking about. That's the theme of today's show. And so if the three of you are ready, and I presume, studio audience, are you ready? Well then, Your Highness, we're going to set the WOW watch. And I have a question for the three of you. Hands by your side. Listen to the whole question. Which two pastors or bishops did Paul write special letters to? Sabrina?
Timothy and Titus.
That's correct! Timothy and Titus. Yep. Now, St. Paul was imprisoned how many times?
Twice.
Twice is right! Not pleasant. Nobody likes to be put in prison, especially unfairly. Okay. Now, St. Paul died a martyr's death when? Lucas!
64 AD.
That's correct! Said with great confidence. 64 AD. And when that happened, in what city was Paul buried? Sabrina?
Rome.
Rome is right! In fact, you can go to Rome right now, to the Church of St. Paul outside the walls, outside the old walls, and that is where we believe St. Paul is buried, underneath the papal or the main altar. Here's a question for you, and it relates to the letters and the teaching of St. Paul the Apostle. What's another name for the laws of Moses? Lucas?
Mosaic Law.
That's correct! Has nothing to do with mosaics and everything to do with Moses. Exactly. Now, I want to go back to one of these questions. I like these. Who are the people who lived in Galatia? Nasia?
Galatians.
That's correct! I love these questions. This one's really easy. Who are the people who lived in Rome? Lucas!
Romans.
That's correct! And of course, at the time of St. Paul, there were Romans all over the place because the Roman Empire had spread so far. It was an empire. So even in the land where Jesus lived, that was part of the Roman Empire. And there were Romans who lived there, Roman citizens. Okay, these are my favorite questions. Finish this sentence. You received the Holy Spirit of adoption by whom we cry out. Nasia?
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, no. Abba, Father. Abba is a term of endearment. It means like daddy, okay? Here's a question for you. who did St. Paul call our blessed hope? Lucas.
God.
We're going to give you that. It's Jesus Christ, but Jesus Christ is God, so we're going to give you that. Very good. Jesus Christ, God is our only hope. Okay, here's a question for the three of you. In writing to the Ephesians, St. Paul said that, what is the sword of the Spirit? Sabrina.
A sword?
No. The Word of God. It's a sword. It's like a double-edged sword. We are out of time. I can't believe it. This is so close. So close. But I do have the official WOW t-shirt for our friend Lucas right over here. But ladies, Nasia, Sabrina, you were wonderful too. It was great to have you, all three of you, on WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge. And now comes the best part, the final challenge, when we bring back the winners of the first 3 episodes. So don't go away. This is the most exciting part.
The group for the final challenge has been decided. We have our 3 contestants. Which one of these 3 will be today's Catholic TV Challenge winner? Find out in just a minute.
Welcome back, everyone, to WOW, and this is the final challenge. This is when we bring back the winners of the first 3 rounds in the names of Devin, Lily, and Lucas to kind of see who is the grand prize winner for today. So, Devin, Lily, Lucas, welcome back. I know you know the rules. I don't need to go over them, right? You're all set with that. And I also happen to know that the studio audience is ready, right? I know you're ready out there to see who wins, so let's just set the WOW watch and keep your hands by your side. Listen to the whole question. What are the earliest works of the New Testament? Lily.
The letters of St. Paul?
That's correct. Even before the Gospels. Okay, here's another one for you. St. Paul's hometown of Tarsus is in what present country? Lucas.
Turkey.
Turkey is right. About 20 kilometers from the Mediterranean Sea. My questions are too easy. Let's go to that know-it-all dog, Nosy, for what we call around here a super challenge. Hey, Nosy, you got one for us?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls, here is a super challenge. Who was known as the apostle to the Gentiles?
Devin?
St. Paul?
That's correct. None other than the guy who is our Wudabout today, St. Paul the Apostle. Okay, this is a very important question. I love this. In what ancient town were believers called Christians for the first time? Lily?
Alcohol.
You know what? I'm listening to our judges, and you didn't quite get it. Antioch. It's a tough one. That's all right. No problem. I'm going to ask another question because I got plenty here. When writing to the Romans, St. Paul tells us that what sacrament allows us to die with Christ? Lucas.
Baptism.
Baptism is right. Hey, Lily, Devin, Lucas, let's go back to that know-it-all dog Nosy for another super challenge. Nosy?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls, here is a super challenge. Besides St. Paul's letters, what other book of the Bible can teach us about his life?
Devin? Oh, the Acts of the Apostles. The Acts of the Apostles. Okay, no problem. Okay, Lily, Devin, Lucas, what will separate us from the love of Christ? Devin?
Nothing.
Nothing at all, that's right. Not trouble or persecution or famine or danger or negatives, nothing. Okay, this is one of these. Finish this quote. You shall love your neighbor as? Lily?
Yourself?
That's correct! Unbelievable. It's all tied up at 2-2, and so I'm going to turn it over to none other than that know-it-all dog Nosy for another super challenge. Nosy, lay it on them, would you please?
Okay, Father Reed. Okay, boys and girls, here is a super challenge. who traveled with Paul to Jerusalem?
Lucas?
Barnabas.
Barnabas is right. Okay, listen to this question. See if you can answer this. I thought I was going to be able to get another one in. We are all out of time, and I got to say a big, huge congratulations to Lucas, today's winner of the final challenge. Hey, Mr. Nelson, don't you have something fishy flying around here for our fortunate friend?
Father Reed, the winner of Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge, receives an Air Swimmers Extreme inflatable giant flying clownfish. This easy-to-fly radio-controlled clownfish is over 4 feet long and turns your home into an aquarium. The Air Swimmers Extreme inflatable giant flying clownfish is fun for the entire family.
Hey, thanks so much to Devin and Lily and Lucas being such great contestants, and all of our contestants on today's show. I'm Father Reed. Thanks to you for joining us. May God bless you always, and we'll see you again, I hope, on another edition of Wow, the Catholic TV Challenge.